Hi everyone, in this video I'll be installing and encrypting Ubuntu Studio on a separate disk without using a USB drive. When installing with encryption, the process is less intuitive, but still easier than in previous versions. However, you still need to be careful as choosing the wrong option can erase your entire drive. So to get started, I'm going to download Ubuntu Studio, going to ubuntustudio.org, and then going to download, and I'm going to download the LTS version, the long-term support version, direct download. Once it's done downloading, go into your downloads folder. So there's my file, and I'm going to mount it. So I can hit enter or right click and mount. And we see it's been mounted onto the E drive here. And the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go into disk management, start disk management. And on my computer here, disk 0 is my first disk here. It's an SSD drive and it has Windows. And we can see my C drive there. And then my second disk, disk 1 here, it's an NVMe drive. It's just a basic data drive here that I have some data on. And so this is where I'm going to be installing Ubuntu Studio on. And I don't need to use the entire drive for Ubuntu Studio. I could just use some free space. So I have about 141 gigabytes free, so more than enough. And I can free up some space in here in disk management, or I can use the Ubuntu Studio installer to make some free space. So I'll use the installer for that. And next I have the Ubuntu Studio ISO mounted. And what I'm going to do is create a new partition on disk 1. And this will have the Ubuntu Studio ISO on it, so I can boot from it. And then after I'm done installing Ubuntu Studio, I'll remove it. So I'm going to be using some free space on my C drive here. Right click, shrink volume. And so I'll do 9,000 or about 9 gigs. Shrink. All right, and there's my unallocated space. And I'm going to right click, new simple volume, next, next, next. And here it asks to select a file system. Now the UEFI specs state that it is based on the FAT file system. And if I were to select FAT32, I won't be able to copy everything from the virtual drive as the squash.fs file is greater than 4 gigabytes. And 4 gigabytes is the maximum individual file size limit in FAT32. But the UEFI specs don't mention about NTFS, so will this work? Now this will depend on your BIOS vendor and how they've coded the UEFI specs into their firmware. My BIOS is American Megatrends and it is able to detect this partition. Many large motherboard manufacturers out there also use American Megatrends, but they could also be heavily modified, so take that into consideration. So setting it as NTFS, and then the volume label, I'll label it as ISO. Next, finish. All right, and there's my new F drive here. And I'm going to go back into Explorer. And I'm going to copy all the contents on my E drive. And I'm going into my F drive and paste. All right, everything has been copied over and going into disk management. And we see my F drive. It's seen as a basic data partition. And I'm going to be changing this so it's seen as an EFI system partition as well. I'm going to go into disk part, start. And in the search bar, if disk part doesn't come up, you can use the run utility. So run, put in disk part, yes, list my disk, and it's going to be disk 0, list my partitions, and so it's the 8 gigabyte partition, so select partition 4, and type in help set ID, and then type in set ID equals, and scroll up, and look for the EFI system partition value in hex, copy it, and paste, enter. All right, and we see it's been successfully set, and we see it here in disk management as well. And now I'm going to restart my computer and go into the BIOS. In your BIOS, ensure that Secure Boot is disabled, and if you have Fast Boot, disable it as well. And now I'm going to do a one-time boot into the installation partition. It's labeled as UEFI OS, and how I can confirm that, go back into Windows, open up a command prompt as administrator, type in bcdedit space / enum space firmware, and at the bottom, you can see that there's device partition F, the F drive that was created, and the description UEFI OS. So going to select it. Alright, and it's booted up the ISO on my partition. I'm going to select try or install Ubuntu Studio. Alright, and the installer has started. I get the welcome screen here and select your language. Next. Your keyboard layout. Next. And I'm using a wired connection. So I'm going to hit next. And I want to install it. Hit next. And I want to do interactive installation. Next. And I want to install recommended proprietary software. So I'm going to install the third-party software for graphics and Wi-Fi hardware. And I want to download and install support for additional media formats, such as MP3, MP4, MOV, and similar. Next. Here it asks to install Ubuntu Studio, and it looks like there's no option to encrypt. So what I have to do is select the second option, erase disk and install Ubuntu Studio. I'm not actually going to be erasing it, but I need to select this option in order to go to advanced features. And here I can set up encryption. So I'll use LVM and encryption here. And LVM is Logical Volume Manager, is used for managing space on my devices. And LUX is Linux Unified Key Setup, and it's used for disk encryption. So I'm going to hit OK. Be sure not to click Next, as doing so will move to the next step of erasing your drive. What you want to do is go to install Ubuntu Studio alongside the Windows Boot Manager. And then Next. And here it's asking where to install Ubuntu Studio and to select the partition. So I have it here, it's on my NVMe drive. And so this was my data drive here, 240 gigabytes, and it's asking to shrink it so to make room for Ubuntu Studio. So I can use the slider here, or I can just use the field here. So I'll do 100 gigabytes, and then next. And then here it's asking to create a passphrase to encrypt your files. You'll be prompted for your passphrase every time you turn on your computer. So I'm going to put in a passphrase. And here at the bottom it says make sure you save your passphrase. If you lose your passphrase, you will lose all of your data. Next. And then here put in your name, computer name, username, and password. Now it says here require my password to log in. So this is my password for KMD Tech, my username. Now an argument can be made that if your computer is using encryption, do you really need to enter in your password to log in? So I can understand from that point of view. Now, if you're not sure, it's fine just to keep it as the default. So for this video, I'll just keep it as a default. Next. Select your time zone. Next. And here it's asking you to review your choices. So I'm going to be installing Ubuntu Studio alongside the Windows Boot Manager. It's going to be on my NVMe drive, my second drive here. And it's going to be installing Ubuntu Studio Desktop. And disk encryption, it's going to be using LUX, LVM. Proprietary software, it's going to be installing the codecs and the drivers. And for the partitions, it's going to be resizing my D drive that I have from 240 gigs to 134 gigs to make room for Ubuntu Studio. And so it's going to create a new partition, a FAT32 partition for /boot/EFI. And it's going to create another partition. It's going to be ext4 and it's used for /boot. And then it's going to be creating the last partition and it's for / for everything else. And this will be encrypted. So I'm going to hit install. And you can go to the bottom right, click on the icon, and it'll show the current progress. And you can click again to get out of it. And so this will take a little bit of time to install. Alright, it's done installing. When I restart, it should go into grub, but if it doesn't, then it may be because of the boot order. So I'm going to hit restart now and go into my BIOS just to confirm. Alright, in my boot order here, I have first is the Windows Boot Manager, second is UEFI OS, and third is Ubuntu. So I'll have to make Ubuntu first. So I'm going to change that, and then save changes and exit. Alright, and we can see that it has gone into grub. So I have Ubuntu, and I scroll down, and there's the Windows Boot Manager. So it detected Windows as expected, and now I'm going to go into Ubuntu. Alright, and here it's asking to please unlock your disk because I've encrypted Ubuntu Studio. So I'm going to have to put in the passphrase. And if I put in, for example, a wrong passphrase, it'll say that the crypt setup failed, bad password, or options. So now I'm going to put in the correct password, and it says it's successful. And now I'm going to log in, putting in my password. All right, and I got this window here, Ubuntu Studio audio configuration. Your system and/or user configuration is not optimally configured for audio production. In order to fix this, a system restart will be required. Okay, so it's going to restart. Going back into Ubuntu, put in my passphrase again, log in. All right, and so I'm in Ubuntu Studio. And now I'm going to restart to ensure I can get back into Windows. Select Windows. All right, and I'm back in Windows, and I'm going to go into Disk Management. And so we see here on my second disk that it's installed Ubuntu Studio. There's the separate EFI partition for Ubuntu Studio. There's the /boot partition, and there's / for everything else for Ubuntu Studio. And so this partition here that I created earlier with the installation media, I no longer need it, so I can remove it. Now if I right click, and you'll see that delete volume is grayed out, so I'll have to do that in disk part. List my disk, select disk 0, list my partitions, select partition 4, and type in delete partition override. And we see it's been removed. So I'm going to extend my C drive. Next, next, finish. All right, and so that's it. That's how you can install and encrypt your Ubuntu Studio on a separate disk without using a USB drive. I hope this video was useful, and I thank you for watching. Bye now.